A slick salesman.
When they score me a 10, they'll know they scored me a little too low.
Bats his baby blues.
He's very cute. He's very handsome.
Look at the blush.
And makes the perfect pitch.
It was beautiful. You're all about the presentation.
It's not you. It's me. It's usually how I start all my breakups.
Watch as 5 foodies take turns hosting a dinner party in their own home.
I'll save you guys. Come with me.
Don't let him see you sweat.
This is terrible.
Then cast their scores in secret.
Give me a straw and I'll suck up the potatoes. Screwed the whole meal.
Ouch.
Who will hit the high notes?
Time is of the essence.
And who will fall flat?
I like my asparagus flaccid.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
In the ultimate dinner party throwdown.
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
For $1,000 cash prize.
Yeah! Baby, it's gonna come out tonight. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Losing is not an option.
It's the first day of a 5-day dinner party competition, and tonight's host, 31-year-old marathon runner Dennis Monestier, is used to finishing first.
I don't lose often.
Must be those blue eyes.
I would just say it's my outgoing personality.
Not buying it.
I've been in sales pretty much my entire life.
Then snowing his guests shouldn't be a problem.
Even if it's not good, I can hopefully convince them that it is.
Do I seem a little bit drunk?
Meet 34-year-old Mark Bardsley, a New Brunswick native who plans on clawing his way to the top spot when he hosts on the final night.
I'm looking forward to really throwing a true East Coast party with a bit of a flair to it.
Consider it a date.
I definitely go on a lot of first dates. Not too many second dates.
Can't imagine why.
I have absolutely no clue what I got myself into.
Well, then you're even, because Mark has no idea what chocolate pappardella is.
What the is this?
It's a fancy pasta, which Mama's boy Dennis is making from scratch.
I'm Italian, and my mom taught me how to make pasta. It was sort of a family thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
Whoever these people are, they better appreciate the love and effort that I'm putting into this meal.
Doubt it.
I don't believe in anything handmade. Buy it from the box. It's the way to go.
Someone should have told Dennis that.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
Not to mention chocolate.
Now here's where we get a little messy.
I've never had chocolate pasta before.
That's because contestant number 3, 31-year-old homebody Megan Fostka, doesn't get out much.
I don't get crazy too often.
Bollocks.
I'm here to prove that, I have the balls to do this.
Megan said balls.
That's amateur. It's terrible. I don't laugh at and fart jokes.
Says contestant number 4, John Hastings, a 38-year-old insurance broker who wouldn't mind being first or even fourth in this cycle.
In 5th place? Like, are you serious? God, they're always such losers.
But Dennis is convinced his pasta's winner-worthy.
I wish the other contestants could see the process that's involved with this, because when they score me a 10, they'll know they scored me a little too low. So this is exactly what I want. Just like Nona did back in the day.
Except Nona cut hers by hand, and she didn't have a fancy schmancy pasta hanger back in the day.
And here are your pappardelle.
Cheers to that.
Salute, chin chin.
Chug-a-lug, short stuff, because you've got shopping to do.
I was looking for a truffle, if you don't mind.
Yes,
I don't know the difference. Well, yeah, I guess a black one, yeah.
Sure. I honestly don't think you need more than that.
Perfect.
Truffle's something you don't just shave it in abundance. A little bit goes a long way.
That's gonna be really, really super good.
It might even be as good as Dennis's dessert, vanilla and lavender panna cotta.
Whatever that means. Are you kidding me? Like, what about these menus? Why do they have to sound so fancy?
No, I wouldn't consider it pretentious.
No, just Italian.
Panna cotta, literally translated from Italian, is cooked cream.
So Dennis cooks up 2 cups of heavy cream and 1 cup of half and half. Then he adds fresh vanilla right from the pods, crushed lavender flowers, and whisks in gelatin powder.
It's nasty. It's the stuff that you boil to make, it's just, you boil hooves in water.
Oh my God!
Meet our final contestant, Zorana Sadiq, a 37-year-old opera singer, or should I say diva.
I can be a bit of a bitch.
perfect.
I can be a bit of a perfectionist.
Can't argue with that.
I can be a bit argumentative.
Okay, what else?
Bossy, opinionated, extremely critical, and very judgmental.
So in short, a nightmare.
The idea of hosting 4 strangers gave me nightmares last night.
Not the recipes? Or maybe like forgetting to put sugar in your panna cotta?
I've never really had trouble with this dessert in the past, so hopefully today we won't have any trouble either.
So you haven't forgotten anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, then just pop those unsweetened panna cotta into the fridge and move on to the main course. Sausages and herb polenta fries.
Polenta's yum. Polenta's really good.
I was gonna say it came out with me when I was born.
That's placenta.
Polenta is basically cornmeal. In the US, they'll call it grits. Everyone has names for it. So basically, it's milled or ground down dried corn.
Good, yummy, I like it.
You better.
It's a tedious process.
Dennis adds rosemary, basil, and water to the cornmeal flour and whisks his little heart out.
Working up a sweat here. I hope that everyone realizes that polenta is not an easy thing. It might look easy, but it's a very long and tedious process.
So is listening to you whine. Next, Dennis adds chicken stock,
which adds flavor to the polenta.
and grated Parmesan cheese. If you're all ears about Dennis's cornmeal fries, then head to WNetwork.com for all of his recipes and more.
So now they're sliced, diced, and ready to roll.
And your guests are ready to rock.
Feed me now, bitches. Feed me now. Let's go.
I'm really excited!
This could be a show.
I hope not. Jeez.
To be continued.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, Dennis tries to score,
I didn't love it.
and so does Mark.
Play your cards right, we can get busy later, too.
Whoa, hold up.
You're Irish, I like to drink a lot.
He's a douche.
It's the first night of a 5-day dinner party competition, and tonight's host is charismatic salesman Dennis Monestier.
I'm definitely here for the win.
And first guest, John Hastings, is here to size up the competition.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good, how are you? I'm John.
Dennis, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. He's very cute. He's very handsome.
Someone's long on compliments,
Hey, you're real short.
Yeah, I know. It
Totally
happens,
short.
Yeah.
Dennis is a runt.
but you know what they say.
Good things come in small packages, right?
Yeah, they do.
I hope so.
They do, for sure. And I'm like, beg to differ. Anyway, I would love a drink.
Perfect.
And so would next guest, thirsty East Coaster Mark Bardsley.
Hey there, how are you?
Hi, how are you, Mark? Nice to meet you.
Dennis, pleased to meet you. How are you?
There go,
Welcome.
man. Thank you.
Make yourself at home.
Which would mean drinking.
It's an Aperol Spritz, so it's with Prosecco and made with Aperol. So I don't know if you like it.
He doesn't.
I would have preferred to have a beer.
He's just so straight. He doesn't even try.
So 3 guys so far.
Like a match of ping pong. There's a lot of balls here on the table, eh?
I'm looking forward to the next 2. I think it can only get better from here.
Well, I would hope so.
Bit of a sausage fest.
And next guest, Megan Fostka, can't wait to start casing out the competition.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
Megan. So
I'm sure the
nice
guys
to
are going to
meet
be
you.
excited here.
How sure?
You want a hot babe,
Yes.
not a major
You
league.
want 2 hot babes.
I don't. Put it together, man.
Processing.
Went over my head.
He's not into girls.
He's so painfully straight. He's like, dude.
Right on, bro.
We were just wondering before you arrived here if it was just going to be sausage on the menu or just sausage all around. So we're happy to see that you arrived.
Well, yeah. Well, good.
Yes, nice.
I aim to please, boys.
Yes.
I aim to please.
Then stop trying so hard.
She gotta force me.
Well, hopefully, final guest Zorana won't be a snoozeroo.
How you doing? I'm Dennis.
Zorana.
Nice to
Dennis.
meet you.
It's gonna be a good time.
Especially if Mark gets his way.
Play your cards right, we can get busy later, too.
Whoa, hold
Oh
up.
my.
That's not so funny to me.
He's the dude at 3 in the morning when the bar shuts down. He's looking for the drunkest chick in the place because everything else didn't pan out.
I am who I am.
But tonight, Dennis is the host.
It's a pleasure to have you all here. I welcome you to a good evening, a good week, and may the best person win.
All right.
Cheers. We like it.
Cheers.
While Dennis stays behind in the kitchen to prep his app, Megan and John go on an art walk.
Oh, so he must be an artist.
It seems that way, doesn't it? This is art.
Apparently.
Well, thanks for the update. That's great. It was pretty amateurish.
I'm not sure that it's something that I would hang on my walls.
This one's interesting. I think my 6-year-old nephew gave me a birthday card that looked like that. That's terrible. That's not nice. Ding! Yeah. I didn't really give a about any of that. To be honest with you, I just didn't care.
I think anybody that has the balls to put what they're thinking on paper for other people to look at is awesome.
Thank you for making me look like a total ass.
It's not that hard.
Oh, burn!
Actually, things are heating up in Dennis's bedroom.
I think it's his collection
I'm
of notes from
Angela.
ladies. Look, look, look. There's one in Italian. Come promesso ti scrivo d'Italia from Angela. Angela again.
Angela,
Okay, hold on.
Angela gets around.
Is this like a girl in every port?
It could be.
Wow. Dear Dennis, all I could say is I'm really, really sorry about yesterday.
It was quite amusing.
I say kudos to Dennis for being such a sweetheart and keeping those letters.
Back in the kitchen, Dennis is keeping to his Italian roots with his homemade pasta dish.
The pappardelle actually are perfectly set.
So Dennis drops his perfect pasta in boiling water to cook.
As soon as you drop it in, you want to have maybe like 45 seconds to a minute in order to take that pasta out.
Seconds later, he strains the cooked pasta and tosses it with the mushroom sauce.
The look and consistency of the pasta is exactly the way I wanted it.
And chocolate pappardelle with mushroom ragu is ready to be served.
Bon appetit.
On wheels.
So we're gonna have a little tableside service here.
I'm so excited.
Who wouldn't be?
A little schmaltzy. Just put the food down.
I have never seen anything like that before in my life.
Golly, Megan, isn't it neat?
Freshly shaved truffle.
Please, yes.
How beautiful that is, oh my God. The presentation was beautiful, the bowl was beautiful, the color of the noodles was great.
Bon appetit.
This is so good. Like, I can taste the chocolate, but it's not overwhelming at all, and it's so soft and it's so warm, and you can taste the truffle. Oh, it's so good.
Well, it's good, but it's no rolling cart.
A+ on the appetizer.
But will Judgy John like it?
Well, Dennis, is pretty good. I had no issues at all with the appetizer. The appetizer is quite good.
Not to mention innovative.
Dennis, this is interesting. I've never had chocolate with pasta before, so it's definitely something that's new and interesting. The best part about it were the truffles that were on top.
It's amazing, like it's almost like a little aftertaste of chocolate.
That little note.
Yeah, wow, and the noodles are so silky and the texture is fantastic.
Thank you.
I like it.
But
I didn't love it.
duly noted.
We happened to see a little folder of some love notes.
Oh, you found that, eh?
And what I thought was look at the blush.
Yeah.
What I thought was particularly notable is that there were 5 languages there.
Well, I like to leave my.
Go on.
How are you gonna end this? Where are you gonna go with
I was
that?
going with that. I like to leave my heart in places around the world, but that's the past. Now the present, you know.
Right.
Fully committed.
So you're in a relationship.
Yes.
I'm married. You're.
I'm in a relationship, yes.
Mark, you gotta be single. Just, I cannot imagine. I mean, forgive me for this, but you must be a bachelor.
Totally threw me off. Yes, I am.
Well, look on the bright side.
And what about you, Megan?
I'm single, yep. Yep.
2 lovers.
You know, just because 2 people are single doesn't mean that they're made to be together.
Try telling Mark that.
You're Irish. I like to drink a lot.
Megan's saying
There you
stop
go.
helping.
It's like a match made in heaven.
I do not wish Mark upon Megan.
I'm trying to be a good girl.
Though I think her arm could be twisted a little bit.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
Zorana is probably the biggest critic at the table.
the diva dishes the dirt.
It had too much salt and it killed it.
Bitch, please.
It's the first night of a week-long cooking contest where these 5 strangers compete for a $1,000 cash prize. And tonight's host, Dennis, knocked the first course out of the park.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was pretty good. I was pretty impressed by that. And a little frightened.
So you should be.
For me, this is not a game. It might be a competition, but it's not a game.
So Dennis gets down to business and checks on his prized sausages.
That's exactly what I want them to look like. They have the brownness that I want. They're plump and juicy.
Not as juicy as the table talk.
You know what's funny is that when we arrived, I was thinking that you were gay and you were straight.
I have no idea why Zorana would have pegged me as a gay guy.
Probably because John didn't dress the part.
It's just that, like, it seemed like plaid shirt with, like, a flannel shirt underneath. Something that just didn't read. It just seemed like I'm from Calgary straight. But I was wrong.
And that Megan was really a man. Totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
The gloves have come off.
I am trying to bite my tongue.
Boring.
You gotta have one of those in a group, otherwise you stab everybody with a penknife.
Megan, say something. Throw us a bone.
How about a sausage? Dennis plates his main course.
Everything looks excellent.
And sausages and polenta fries are ready for the big reveal.
Lovely. It was beautiful.
You're all about the presentation.
Dennis knows how to present a dish. Just wondering, looking at the plate here, which looks great, how do you eat this?
With your mouth?
On the right side, you have the polenta fries. So this creamy garlic fondue is sort of like a dipping sauce, so you would use that to dip in. We have a quartet of sausages. You'll see there's the duck sausage on your right. We have a veal, we have a chicken, and the pork sausage on the top.
So everybody, pig out.
Dennis, really good. I was hoping it would be bad, but it's not, because it's, yeah, it's yummy.
Amazing. So amazing. The sausage was great.
And the polenta?
It was way too salty.
Like how salty?
It was like Dead Sea kind of salty. I am disappointed you didn't stuff your sausage yourself, but we'll get past that.
Zorana won't.
It's not come by with me, it's come dine with me. And I thought, you know, like you're cooking sausage and presenting it for dinner, like it's pretty simple to me.
Yet simply delish to Mark.
Dennis, I truly have never enjoyed sausage this much.
It's like dealing with children.
Who refuse to stay inside the lines.
What I want you guys to do is all grab a color, and what we'll do is we'll kind of just paint one picture so we can keep as a memory.
That's awesome. What a great idea.
What we'll do is just kind of all go around and kind of just throw a little bit of paint on there.
It's just kind of hokey. Why'd you make it look like a penis?
I think it's really funny.
I like this. Is like art therapy.
Don't you mean group therapy?
I felt like you hogged like this area.
Look what you just did. You just
in
hogged
this
the
area, in this area, here and here, as well as right
You're
there.
you're at about that stage. You're ready to cut your ear off, eh?
Nice. Wow.
How could you fix it?
I don't have to fix. I'm creating.
This says a lot about your personality.
He's a bit of a disturber.
Wouldn't want to be on his bad side.
He's a douche.
Coming up, Dennis's meal is complete.
And there we go. And that's exactly how I want the panna cotta to look.
But something's missing.
I think he forgot the sugar.
It's opening night of a 5-day foodie fest between these 5 strangers, and so far, everyone has bought into salesman Dennis's pitch.
I think everyone enjoyed their meals. It looks like a hit.
Not so fast there, champ. There's still dessert to contend with.
So what we're gonna do now is have the big reveal and see exactly if the panna cotta set properly.
Drum roll, please.
And there we go. And that's exactly how I want the panna cotta to look.
So, Mr. Eat with your eyes first spoons on macerated berries over the panna cotta.
I didn't know what macerated was. I didn't know what the technique was. It sounded very horror movie kind of thing. Like someone's gonna jump out from behind a hedge and start macerating me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was a big macerator back in high school. So
You were a big. I was
Yeah.
waiting for that.
we had to go there.
No, you didn't.
I was trying to be funny. I failed miserably sometimes at that.
But hopefully Dennis's dessert won't, because vanilla and lavender panna cotta with berries is ready to serve.
Oh, yummy.
What we have here is the panna cotta.
Look at that.
Oh, that's gorgeous looking. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dennis.
He's got a great sense of the visual, for sure.
Zorana is probably the biggest critic at the table.
So let's hear what the great one herself has to say about the panna cotta.
It's not quite sweet enough for me. That isn't, it can be an it's me, not you thing, because the fact that it's not very sweet means that the berries take the forefront, but I would have liked a bit more of a sugary taste to it.
Okay, we get it. You're smart and worldly. Gives a was it good or not.
Tell us how you really feel, John.
If I'm being honest here, it's not sweet enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, it lacks sweetness and it's a bit bitter for my taste.
Did someone say bitter?
Dennis, it's not you, it's me. It's usually how I start all my breakups.
Sorry?
I am not into gelatin, I guess.
Okay.
It's just, but I mean, the berries were delicious. But yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it's the texture.
I really love panna cotta. I judge my panna cotta based on the jiggliness of it. So if it jiggles just the right amount.
That's enough, children.
This had the right amount of jiggle. However, it did not have the right amount of sweetness. So jiggle, good. Sweetness, not good.
I wonder why.
I totally forgot to put sugar in the dessert.
Ooh, that could mean he's toast.
All right, guys, just want to thank you very much for coming this evening, and I enjoy and look forward to spending an entire week with you.
Excellent. Joy.
And if sincerity were points,
I would score myself this evening out of 10 an 8.
sweet.
I'm pretty sure he forgot to put sugar in his dessert. His appetizer was spot on delicious.
I'm giving Dennis a 7.
Overall, the hosting was quite good. It was a lovely evening, but the food went downhill after the appetizer.
His menu was a little too complicated. He didn't execute properly on that menu, and his dessert was not that flukin' good.
So Dennis falls short of his goal and ends up with a final score of 27. And there's 4 more nights to go.
I think I had the ability to win it.
Oh, I feel like it's going to be a hard race.
Of course I want to win this. I'm not just here like to meet 4 strangers.
I think I could be the quiet one that sneaks in the back door.
On the next episode,
Kind of looks like a big wad of snot.
will Megan come out of her shell?
We'll see what happens.
Or will Mark muscle her out?
It was a complete disaster.
As everyone bands together,
We love you, Megan. I think that might have been my best work.
for the Panna Cotta Punch-Up.
Mine's gonna be way better than his.
Bull.
I had no idea panna cotta should taste like this.
Panna cotta.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
And those cocktails.
will a goody two-shoes come out of her shell?
So was that quick enough for you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
She was a little feisty.
Or clam up instead?
I don't love mussels.
Megan looked deflated and she was dying inside. Like she was like,
Watch as 5 foodies take turns hosting a dinner party in their own home.
I'll save you guys. Come with me.
don't let him see you sweat.
This is terrible.
Then cast their scores in secret.
Give me a straw and I'll suck up the potatoes.
Screwed the whole meal.
Ouch.
Who will hit the high note?
Time is of the essence.
It kind of looks like a big wad of snot.
And who will fall flat?
I like my asparagus flaccid.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
In the ultimate dinner party throwdown.
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
For bragging rights and a $1,000 cash prize.
Baby, it's gonna come out tonight.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, for sure, things can go wrong. Things can always go wrong.
It's the second day of a 5-day dinner party competition, and tonight's host is sweet and straight-laced Megan, a regular in the self-help section.
I'm always aiming to, do the best that I can possibly do. Like carpe diem, like seize the day, seize the week, seize the year. Do whatever you can to make yourself better. Never be idle. Like being idle is the devil's work, I'm telling you. You gotta stay busy and you gotta stay excited about life.
So how's all that positivity working out for you?
I just hope that I'm a happy person in 10 years.
Wah, wah.
Megan's boring.
Meet tomorrow night's host, John, an insurance broker who believes he's got an easy ride ahead.
Can the others match my amazingness? Really?
Begging to differ is Zorana, an opera diva who's willing to sing for her supper.
Because I want that $1,000. and bragging rights.
And so does the host of the final night, Mark, an East Coaster who plans on coasting to the finish line.
I'm going to try to set the bar low and overachieve. I'm going to lower expectations.
Trust me, you already have.
I'll give you a beating after on Friday.
Says Dennis, who scored 27 points for hosting the opening night.
I think that last night was a success and that everyone enjoyed themselves.
Think again.
I found some of the food bland.
Yet better than the group art project.
I've had more fun painting a stippled ceiling than painting that stupid piece of canvas.
Or eating Dennis's sour panna cotta.
The panna cotta was not sweet enough.
This had the right amount of jiggle. However, it did not have the right amount of sweetness.
It wasn't good.
And boy, does he know it.
If I hadn't forgotten the sugar, that dessert would have been spectacular.
Mine's gonna be way better than his.
That's right. Megan's going head-to-head with Dennis in the Battle of the Dessert.
Sound familiar, Dennis? Yes.
No way.
Way.
I've made it many, many times, and I've never met anybody that hasn't liked my panna cotta.
Megan gets started by mixing together 1 cup of yogurt, 1 cup of whipping cream, vanilla bean, and vanilla extract.
So this just needs to mix together just so the vanilla bean is broken up and everything's incorporated into each other.
Moving on, Megan pours another cup of whipping cream in a saucepan. Then she adds the most important ingredient, sugar.
I remembered to put my sugar in.
I'm not looking forward to the panna cotta.
It's the gelatin, right?
It kind of looks like a big wad of snot. Yeah, that's what actually you want it to look like. It's really gross.
Megan whisks the gelatin into the warm cream, then adds everything into the cold mixture.
That is so good. There's so much sweetness.
Which means she's already 1 step ahead of you-know-who.
Bull.
This will be a ringer for me.
Megan's also hoping her appetizer of mussels and frites will be one too.
I love mussels.
So I need to get enough for 5 people?
Make that 4.
I'm not good with sort of food I have to extract from shells and things. Let's double that. Let's get 2 of those. Perfect. There we go.
With her mussels in hand, Megan hustles back home to get started on her deep-fried frites.
Frites is a fancy word for French fries.
If you want to parlay your meal into a dinner party winner, then go to WNetwork.com for all of Megan's fancy recipes.
That's wicked. That's awesome.
Golden even.
Looking good, looking good. They're starting to get brown.
Megan sets the frites aside to cool until their second fry tonight and moves on to her lime and jalapeno dipping sauce.
Aioli? How do you pronounce that?
Aioli.
Oh, I'm not a foodie.
Good. Then you won't know if Megan screws it up.
What should happen, is it should all thicken up and start looking like an actual, mayonnaise.
But it's not.
So I may have put the oil in too quickly, which is why it's not emulsifying.
I don't think Megan's a good cook.
You might be right, short stuff.
So I'm just gonna scrap this.
So with egg on her face, Megan keeps calm and carries on.
Okay, so plan B.
Store-bought mayo, AKA cheating.
I don't feel like I'm totally cheating.
That's because Megan's adding her own special touch. Lime zest, lime juice, garlic, and jalapeno peppers.
So yeah, so that's done, that's ready to go.
And Megan's ready to move on to her main course. Seared New York strip with potato puree and asparagus.
It's very simple, plain, a little bit boring.
Megan's menu says, I'm in a cooking competition and I don't know how to cook.
Harsh, but true.
I'm relatively novice. I'm really amateur at this.
But she's a pro at winning.
I've never really lost anything in my life.
You don't win competitions with safe choices.
I think Megan's in trouble with this menu. Big, big trouble.
I do not foresee Megan really throwing a raging party, a raging dinner party.
Poor little sweet Megan.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, Zorana and John come to blows.
What was going on?
I called him a suit tonight.
Bitch, please, shut up.
And Megan blows everyone away.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely love the mussels.
It's the second night of a 5-day food fight, and tonight's host, Goody Two Shoes Megan, has a plan.
I am going to have the best dinner party tonight. I'm gonna blow their socks off.
Betcha Bachelor Mark won't mind being blown away.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Megan, good to see you.
Nice
Here
to
you
see
go.
you.
She's a great girl.
Who knows the way to Mark's heart is through his liver.
So I've made a little cocktail, so do you want to try it out?
Yeah, it looks wonderful.
And so it's called a French martini, so it's a little bit fruity, but...
Excellent. John will love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Low blow, Macho Man.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well then, as you were.
Let's talk about the people.
No, I am not slamming anybody.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Everybody's so loud and boisterous.
Especially next guest, Judgy John.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Megan. Nice to see you.
Liar.
She's quite bland.
But her drink isn't.
It's called a French martini.
Wow,
It's
okay.
garnished with a twist of lemon. Would you like
well,
to
yeah.
try it?
Come on. What are you waiting for? We've known each other for 24 hours.
Yeah,
You should
I
have
know,
been
right?
on that
Well.
already.
Take it easy, sock boy.
My socks? I love socks.
I'm actually upset I didn't wear those.
Well, there can only be one star.
I like your place. This sets up like a talk show. I feel like it's like a 70s talk show right now, you know?
Complete with a loudmouth host.
I just felt like I needed to ask people questions in a terrible, cheesy game show, talk show host sort of way.
And a useless sidekick.
You could be the laughing guy, you know?
The sidekick?
Mark did make a good sideshow laughing guy.
That's who I am.
And this is Megan's next guest, opera diva Zorana.
Hello. Hey, nice to see you too. I brought you a pineapple.
Oh,
As you do.
I thought it was sort of a sweet thing. Pineapple. I would like it if someone brought me a pineapple.
Good to know.
Zorana is really annoying.
Gentlemen, how's it going?
Gentlemen, don't you mean Mark and John?
Sorry. It's terrible. Just the white names, they're all the same.
Oh, so not only did you bring a pineapple, you brought racism too. Lovely.
I've made a little drink here. Would you like to try it?
Yes.
It's called a French martini.
I'll try it just a little bit, please.
Okay, make it a short one. Which brings us to last night's host, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi, how
Welcome
are
to
you?
my home.
How you doing?
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. And I was so glad I wasn't cooking this evening.
Yep, all you have to do is drink it all in.
Definitely a good cocktail to start with and, you know, cut the tension.
Wait, there's tension?
So are you gonna be like a bitch the rest of the week because you've already been scored?
No, just you know, gonna lay back, enjoy myself, and open myself up to a different experience and just not be critical at all. Dennis.
Stop trying so hard, little man. Just stop trying.
Because that's Megan's job.
So, guys, thank you so much for being in my home. I really hope that you enjoy it, and I hope you all give me perfect tens.
All right.
To perfect ends.
Perfect tens.
Here's to you, host.
I can't remember her name.
In a bit of a jam, are we?
Well, hold up.
She set up
What's this
some
all
things
about?
Okay,
for
wait a
us.
sec, wait a sec.
Oh, wow.
What is this thing? I don't even know what it is.
That would be Megan's synthesizer.
So props to her for being way more interesting than she lets on.
Someone's changed their tune.
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Who's your daddy?
Megan's house, Megan's house. She's Megan's house. Make this end right now.
Ooh, we love you, Megan.
Megan!
And those cocktails. Woo!
Musical ability clearly wasn't there.
I think that might have been my best work.
And back in the kitchen, Megan's working on her appetizer.
I'm gonna start with a whole bunch of butter, which you really cannot go wrong with a whole bunch of butter.
Or fresh mussels.
And they're looking beautiful.
She's just sort of put a risky item on the menu.
I have a question for you, Zorana. What's risky about mussels? 'Cause I
Zorana.
don't think that Zorana, sorry. She's corrected me about 4 times tonight on how to pronounce her name.
Zorana? Is that right?
Zorana. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, I gotta remember that. Damn.
It's annoying.
And intentional.
And I just keep calling her Zorana because I know it turns the screws and I love it. Absolutely love it.
And Megan's hoping everyone will love her appetizer. Mussels and frites with aioli.
Excellent.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Looks amazing.
The presentation was beautiful.
So what we have here is PEI mussels. They're fresh today. I just got them this morning, so it's super delicious.
Or so you hope.
It's absolutely wonderful. Honestly, the broth is spectacular. The fries are done actually perfectly.
You mean frites.
The frites, AKA French fries. Very impressive.
Especially with the aioli.
Now, the aioli, is it like you made it yourself, or how did you?
I did attempt to make the mayonnaise from scratch. Didn't work out very well, so I flavored the mayonnaise with the lime juice and the jalapeno.
So basically, it's
Out of a jar.
But what's really jarring is that John actually likes something.
I love mussels.
Yay, I'm so happy.
They can be kind of bland sometimes, but the leeks and the garlic strike a nice balance.
I don't love mussels, but the broth is delicious. I don't eat mussels, really.
Really?
She doesn't drink, she won't eat mussels, she's just kind of...
But what does the herring choker think?
Megan, growing up on the East Coast, I've definitely grown up eating mussels. And these were delicious. Absolutely love the mussels.
Thank you for being guests in my home, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed the appetizer, and there's much more really good food to come, okay?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked. It actually went over well.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me.
It's been at least 15 minutes between...
There has been some waiting.
Time's ticking.
It took way too long.
And Megan's ticked off.
Tonight was a bit uninspired.
I made too many mistakes on my main.
It's the second night of a dinner party dine-off, and so far, everyone's been singing Megan's praises.
So, while I was in the kitchen making this beautiful appetizer for you guys, I heard some music from the back room.
So it was sort of John's fault. I think John is feeling like he needs to show us his creative self. He forced us into a musical collaboration.
And that's Zorana's way of saying...
Well, he's stiff, rigid, doesn't have a personality.
Zorana really has mislabeled lots of people tonight as being things they aren't.
Oh, no.
So, what was going on?
I think I called him a suit tonight, and he was really offended.
Zorana thinks that I am a downtown financial district suit. That's not me. She has terrible intuition, like, horrible.
But she thinks she's right.
Bitch, please, shut up.
Still a suit. Sorry.
Time out.
I'll be honest, it is a bit of a relief to be away from the table tonight. I almost find that to be more stressful than being in here and, preparing the food for everybody.
But don't hide too long.
Dennis, you know what time it is?
It is 9:20.
Okay, so it's still early enough.
Yeah.
4?
Well, for me, because I feel like I'm in South America, I can eat dinner at 10 o'clock.
Are you making a comment on her timing?
You think?
I definitely feel like I've been waiting. Yeah, it's been a little bit of time between each course.
A little or a lot?
It's been at least 15 minutes between...
There has been some waiting.
There's definitely...
I'm going to bring a stopwatch to your house.
And you're welcome to.
I'm
Absolutely.
Just saying, you're a fast eater, buddy, so you're like tickety-talks.
It took way too long.
Stop being a douche.
So right now, this is looking like it's a pretty good medium rare. It looks pretty juicy, looks pretty good.
So
I'm gonna start plating now.
Hallelujah. The wait is over. Megan's New York strip steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus is finally ready to serve.
So Dennis, there's your medium.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
All ready with the compliments?
The presentation of it was a little uninspiring.
I hope you enjoyed it.
And if not, hopefully you can come up with a lie.
Asparagus is...
Spit it out already.
Yeah, it's a good dinner.
Okay.
You hit it out of the park with the appetizer. This one was okay. It was good.
Which means not great.
I would have never done that. I would never served a steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. It's too easy.
To screw up.
In terms of doneness, I would say mine is a little too well done.
Okay.
And will Zorana tear a strip off Megan too?
I don't love New York strip. I find it to be a bit of a tough cut, so it's an interesting choice. The main wasn't great. It just wasn't.
Even the asparagus?
The asparagus is a little overdone for my taste.
Quite honestly, that was my favorite part of the meal was the asparagus. I like it a bit...
Stringy?
Yeah, just a bit...
Flaccid?
Flaccid, yes. I like my asparagus flaccid. Thank you.
It's all right.
Zorana, thank you.
I'm happy to provide you with that adjective.
And Mark is more than happy to offer his opinion.
Megan.
Yes.
This is a competition.
Yes.
So,
Dramatic pause.
He just kind of went into like...
Just tell her what you think already.
The steak's a little bit dry. I like the potatoes. I think timing-wise, she was off.
And it looks like the waterworks might come on.
She was dying inside. Like, she was like...
Nah, I'm sure she's fine.
Get that for you.
Pardon me.
Ooh, maybe not.
I appreciate the honesty. I'd rather they say it to my face than, go behind closed doors and say it was crap.
Oh no, they're gonna do that too.
Tonight was a bit uninspired.
I think simple needs to be
Perfectly executed. I agree
so,
with you.
you know, if you go that route,
I agree with you.
simple needs to be perfection.
That wasn't perfect.
Unfortunately,
I agree with you.
that fell short.
I don't think I'll win. I think that I made too many mistakes on my main.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
It's perfect.
It was done perfectly.
can Megan bounce back?
Did I win you back?
No comment.
We're 2 courses in on the second night of a 5-day foodie fest between these 5 strangers, and tonight's host, Megan, has had the wind taken out of her sails.
I hope I have a chance of winning, but with that main, I'm not totally certain anymore.
Oh, perk up, Megan. You can still bring it back with dessert. In a pot, Megan boils blueberries, lemon juice, sugar, and water.
What I'm making right now is just like a berry sauce. It's gonna be warm and it's gonna melt the panna cotta.
Don't you mean panna cotta?
You are not Italian. Call it panna cotta, not panna cotta.
Or, God forbid,
Panna cotta. Are you excited about the panna cotta?
It's like, seriously, bitch, just like, let's be proletarian here. Just call it panna cotta, because that's what it is.
or what it's about to be.
Okay, so let's see if these are gonna come out of their ramekins here. It usually takes a little bit of nudging.
Careful, Megan.
Beautiful.
Megan spoons her blueberry sauce over the top, and her vanilla bean panna cotta is ready to serve.
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
Well, you're in the home stretch now.
So was that quick enough for you?
Yeah, 15 minutes works.
Awesome.
She was a little feisty coming back.
It's warm and delicious, so you should start eating it and enjoy it.
You heard the lady. Dig in.
I love that the blueberries are a little bit warm, and then the panna cotta is like this beautiful, creamy, sort of room temperature, a little bit chilled. It's perfect.
It was done perfectly. Her panna cotta was phenomenal.
It was so good, and I don't actually love panna cotta.
Especially after tasting Dennis's.
It's great.
Awesome, thank
Exactly the way it should taste.
you. Thank you very much.
What happened last night?
I, in fact,
Confess.
did not put sugar in the panna cotta. So that's why it was probably literally translated cooked cream, because there was no sugar in there whatsoever. So, anyways, you enjoyed the panna cotta without sugar in it. Yes. There we go, but it's absolutely delicious, honestly.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Good, I'm so
Love it.
glad. Awesome.
Megan. Well, I gotta say, this panna cotta, I do not want to wallpaper my house with this panna cotta. I want to eat it. No offense, Dennis. But yeah, this was delicious.
Way to rub it in, John.
Megan's was so good.
This is delicious. I had no idea panna cotta should taste like this. We were busting balls. Absolutely 110%. Did Dennis take it okay? He took it great.
It was 10 times better than mine.
Awesome.
Yay! Did I win you back?
I
reeled you back in?
You never really lost, man.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
So sweet.
I loved every piece of it. Megan, here's to your dessert.
Oh, thank you. Cheers to your meal.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers.
And the comeback kid.
That's okay. I think I hit it out of the park.
Tonight was good. I think we were all really charmed by,
Megan.
I can't remember her name.
Next.
It took way too long to get my main, and without that fabulous panna cotta, I would have been giving her a 4.
Tonight, I'm giving Megan a 6.
The food was good, but kind of ordinary, and the hosting was pleasant, but a little subdued for my taste.
Dessert was to die for.
Megan may have won the panna cotta battle, but Dennis wins the war as she comes in 1 point behind him with 26 points.
I'm pretty confident about winning the competition at this point.
I am still feeling pretty confident.
I've got the eye of the tiger.
These people are hacks compared to me.
On the next episode of Come Dine With Me,
I am replating. Oh my God, I'm totally up. 3rd time's the charm.
John goes for gold.
It's a gold medal for the gay games.
The good girl goes bad.
Look at how mean and schemy they look.
Hopefully something does go wrong.
And Mark just gets ugly.
Zorana, does the plate remind you of yourself? Beautiful on the outside, but Jesus, when you get down on the inside, pretty nasty. I want to stir the fire. At least the water's better than chicken.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
An outrageous insurance broker
Yes, sir.
tries to stake his claim,
I can do this. Now I'm gonna put it in the fridge. That's hot.
but will he be denied?
Oh my God, I'm totally up.
It was terrible.
At least the water's better than chicken.
Watch as 5 foodies take turns hosting a dinner party in their own home.
I'll save you guys. Come with me.
Don't let them see you sweat.
This is terrible.
Then cast their scores in secret.
Give me a straw and I'll suck up the potatoes.
Screwed the whole meal.
Ouch.
Who will hit the high note?
Time is of the essence.
And who will fall flat?
I like my asparagus flaccid.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
In the ultimate dinner party throwdown
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
for bragging rights and a $1,000 cash prize.
Baby, it's gonna come out tonight. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I'm gonna score perfect 10s from everybody because I am a perfect 10.
We're 3 days into a 5-day food fest, and tonight we're dining at the home of 38-year-old John Hastings, who's a bit of a hater.
I just can't handle gross people eating.
And that's not all.
Bad personal hygiene, dirt in your fingernails, no deodorant. Oh, and if you chew with your mouth open, like if you have a mouth full of food and you're...
Any more pet peeves?
My pet peeves is that term, pet peeves. What a stupid term for things that piss you off.
Sheesh, someone has issues.
Do I have issues? Oh, a whole cartload, man. Yeah. But like a good wasp, you just gloss it over with a smile and a good haircut. Huh? See? I see how I did that? It's awesome.
He's an enigma.
Analyzing the competition is tomorrow night's host, Zorana. An opera singer who loves the sound of her own voice.
It would feel so great to win. I love winning things.
The piranha Zana. Zorana. Zorana the piranha?
Meet East Coaster Mark, the host of the final night, who's got his feelers out for any little hosting hiccup.
I am definitely hoping for some failure.
So needless to say, Mark was ecstatic when old Dennis served up a problematic panna cotta on night 1.
I don't remember. Did I?
You want proof, Blue Eyes?
It's the texture.
Yeah, I think it's the texture.
It lacks sweetness and it's a bit bitter for my taste.
Is it all coming back to you, Den?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But Dennis's hosting wasn't. So he ended up with an acceptable score of 27, which is one better than what goody two-shoes Megan scored last night.
Yesterday was a blur.
What's with you guys and the convenient amnesia?
Okay, let me think.
Here's a hint. It had to do with the main course.
I would say mine is a little too well done.
Oh, okay.
I don't love New York strip. I find it to be a bit of a tough cut. It wasn't great. I think it was like, ugh.
But luckily for Megan, she turned everyone's frown upside down with dessert.
This is delicious. I had no idea panna cotta should taste like this.
Oh, no offense, Dennis. But yeah, this was delicious.
The panna cotta saved her score.
But John thinks he can more than measure up.
Fahrenheit, Celsius, metric, imperial, bring it on. Fathoms, whatever you want. I can handle it.
In fact, John's going the extra mile and making 2 things for dessert: sugar and spice donuts and vanilla ice cream.
Amazing. I'm so excited.
I can't really picture John making his own donuts and vanilla ice cream.
I can do this. I can do this. Don't worry.
Who's worried?
I've never had really good homemade ice cream.
Too bad, as John gets to it by heating 2 cups of whipping cream and 2 cups of...
My favorite kind of milk, homo milk. Yeah.
Wah, wah.
That's awesome.
And even awesomer is John using real vanilla to make his ice cream, along with 4 tablespoons of sugar.
My dessert is very much a moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips kind of dessert, for sure.
Especially with 8 egg yolks.
I hope he can pull it off.
I don't know, he's a little scrambled.
That's the eggs cooking, so it's not too bad, but that's what I'll use my sieve for. I'll use the sieve when I transfer it into a cooling bowl to get those little bits out so they don't get caught in your teeth when you're eating my ice cream.
Good idea.
I'm gonna give it a little taste, just more because I'm a pig. It's really yummy.
If you say so.
If he screws this up, Hello, Mark's a winner.
If tomorrow everybody's running the bathroom, we'll know that I screwed up. But for now, we'll just chuck it in here.
John sets the custard aside to chill and heads out to shop for his main course. Pancetta wrapped chicken breast with carrots and beet salad.
Chicken, not special.
Says you.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, I'm looking for some chicken breasts. I need 5...
Boneless chicken breast, bone in?
Boneless chicken breast?
Yes.
Not too big, just a nice medium-sized breast, and I'm serving 4 people plus myself, so skin off.
Free range?
Free range,
Organic?
yes. Any kind. Organic. If you got organic, that'd be great.
Ooh, someone's splashing out.
I don't really give a whether it's free range or organic, whatever. I really can't tell the difference.
But
I know they'll give me marks for that because they're idiots.
I'll reserve judgment on that.
Don't. He's a boob.
Although I've never felt the touch of a woman, clearly I'm good at handling breasts.
Didn't see that coming.
And Megan's glad to see pancetta on the menu.
People love bacon. People love bacon.
The breast has a tendency to dry out, so the pancetta actually acts as a buffer between the dryness and the heat of the oven, and it's really super juicy because you can see the fat in the pancetta.
John puts the chicken into individual containers and...
razzle-dazzle, onto the fridge we go. So that's that.
Not quite. There's still your appetizer of asparagus, mint, and lemon risotto.
I'm not particularly impressed.
Risotto's easy.
Especially when you're taking a shortcut.
Risotto takes a half an hour or more sometimes. I'm doing about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the cooking now, and then I'll just heat it up, season it, and put the flavoring in with the asparagus, mint, and lemon right before plating so I can entertain my guests. Little trick.
Which might fool everyone, except Dennis the Italian Menace.
A little anxious about Dennis and the risotto, him being a proper Italian guy.
I love risotto. I'm very particular with my risotto.
Hear that, John? Don't screw it up.
My risotto is the do-or-die dish, so if it flops, I might be in trouble.
John adds the arborio rice and hopes for the best.
You can kind of hear it popping and sizzling a little bit, and that's good.
Next, he adds wine, stirs, adds vegetable broth, stirs, and repeats.
Risotto takes a lot of stirring.
You don't want it to burn the bottom, so you gotta keep it moving the whole time. So this is a really active dish.
If you too want to stir the pot at your next dinner party, check out this recipe and more at WNetwork.com.
Making some risotto, spinning in the broth. I'm the whitest, bluest-eyed, blonde-haired Italian you're ever gonna see. Stand back, Dennis, look at me. Yes, sir. I like to do that. I like to sing when I cook.
Yeah, we noticed. John transfers his al dente risotto to a greased baking sheet.
Now I'm gonna put it in the fridge. That's hot. Holy Dinah, I forgot about that part. They don't tell you that in the book.
But does said book tell you how to win?
I definitely the one to beat. I'm always the one to beat.
I think my chances are great.
I mean, hope is all you got, right?
John could be the hurdle. We'll see what he has.
Bring it.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
I'm very excited about this dish.
John reels them in.
Yeah, I thought this was lovely. As you can see, I finished everything.
And Mark comes out.
You're the straightest gay guy I know. If I was gay, I'd date him.
It's a rainy day 3 of a 5-day cooking contest, and tonight, John's spirits have been dampened.
The rain really with me.
That's because John was planning to wine and dine his guests al fresco.
The rain really, really sucks because it kind of throws a wrench into my logistics, but a good host always has a backup plan.
So John sets up the party inside, and after a quick wardrobe change, he's
all ready to go.
Just in time to welcome his first guests, Megan and Zorana.
Well. Ah, the fairer sexes.
Oh, hello. Megan and I brought you an orchid.
Shared gift? How cheap.
It's no skin off his back.
Really? Bitch, please. Come on.
Tisk, tisk, John. Keep it nice tonight.
You guys look great. Oh, my God.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We stepped it up for you. Yeah.
Well, you didn't step it up at all. Isn't this the norm?
Attaboy. Earn those points.
I think he was kissing a little bit of ass.
I liked it regardless.
And John's hoping you'll like his special cocktail even more.
Here you are, ladies.
Oh, thank you so much.
What is it?
The Brown Noser Special.
I took just regular old vodka, but I infused it a couple weeks ago with cinnamon sticks and vanilla.
Oh.
So this is cinnamon and vanilla vodka with some fresh apple cider.
Oh, it's super cinnamony,
Really nice. Yeah, yeah.
Too much?
No, lovely. And had just the right amount of vanilla flavor to it.
I dug it.
So John didn't come up short, which brings us to our next guest, Dennis.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, look who it is.
How you doing?
Good, man. Come on in.
Good,
Come on in.
This is for you?
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, please right this way.
Thanks.
And have a sip of Johnny Boy's special cocktail.
All right.
Excellent. Really good.
Thanks.
It's terrible, right?
No, it wasn't terrible, I wouldn't say. It was terrible.
But not as bad as being late for dinner.
Where's Mark?
Maybe he passed out in a ditch on the way home, perhaps.
Taking a little nap just before coming here, eh?
Or he was just busy washing his reds and whites together.
You're alive.
I am.
And looking tickled pink.
How you feeling today?
A little tired.
You little
tired. Didn't nap.
little slow?
No. Why? Do I look it?
No comment.
He seemed a little, you know, a couple bags under his eyes.
Yeah, I think he was feeling a little bit rough.
He just needs a little hair of the dog.
Oh. It was friggin' paint remover.
Cheers.
Cheers.
While John heads to the kitchen to get started on his appetizer,
So far, so good.
Zorana and Dennis scour through his sock drawer.
What is this?
It seems like a medal. What's that all about?
God. What is this? World Out Games. Oh!
Ah.
It's a gold medal.
Wow,
For
interesting.
the, I guess for the gay games.
Interesting, wow.
But just why in the socks? One wonders how every day, if there's some kind of a ritual, put the socks on, put the medal on. I'm number one.
You won't be if John's risotto is winner-worthy.
I'm looking for a nice creamy texture.
Don't you mean buttery?
7 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So when you're gonna go big or go home, I guess. So we will lock and load the butter.
And the Parmesan cheese.
This is a heart buster. It's gonna clog your arteries, but it's gonna clog them in such a lovely, wonderful way. I'm very excited about this dish. It's coming together quite nicely.
Yep, nothing better than a nice lemon asparagus risotto. Buddy, you're mint.
I totally screwed up. I didn't put the mint in.
So what now?
I am replating. We're gonna get new plates and start over.
Great, but what about that mint?
Oh my God, I'm totally up. I forgot the mint again. I'm totally rushing and I need to slow down and get my together.
Anytime now, mint boy.
3rd time's the charm.
And so is antiperspirant.
Don't let them see you sweat.
Finally, lemon, asparagus, and mint risotto is ready to serve.
Sorry for the delay, my friends.
No worries.
Okay.
All right.
Excitement.
Thank you.
It is hopefully done to your liking. Lots of Parmesan cheese and lots of butter, so enjoy.
What's not to like?
The presentation?
It looks like mush on a plate. I really didn't like it that much.
Relax, John, he's kidding.
It was actually really, really good. If I had one criticism, if anything, I would say a little too much cheese. The only reason is, you know, a lot of people try and mask like a good risotto with, you know, a lot of cheese.
And even more wine.
I thought it was a bit too lemony, and I didn't taste any of the mint.
Yeah, I thought this was lovely. As you can see, I finished everything.
Much to Mark's chagrin.
I was hoping that you'd screw it up.
That's why I love you, man. Yeah. I do a fist pump, but I'm too gay for that.
I love the guy. He's fabulous. You're the straightest gay guy I know. The only guy I know is checking baseball scores all the time. I like it.
John Sporty? Who knew?
We found a medal.
Oh, yes. It is a gold medal from an international gay sporting competition.
Also known as
7,948 guys that throw like girls. So, yeah. I'm kidding. It was a really beautiful event.
What were you playing?
Hockey. We won the gold in hockey. There was 3 divisions. We won the top division, my team from Vancouver.
I didn't even know he was a hockey player, let alone he was a gold medal hockey player.
That was my best game ever in my entire life. I had a goal and 4 assists.
Score!
If I was gay, I'd date him.
Mark needs to get out a little bit more.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, the diva dishes it out
A little bit on the boring side.
and gets served instead.
Zorana, does the plate remind you of yourself? Beautiful on the outside, but Jesus, when you get down on the inside, it can be pretty nasty.
If you're gonna dish it, you better be able to take it.
It's midweek in a 5-day foodie fight for a $1,000 prize, and tonight's host, John, is jumping for joy. Prematurely, it seems.
Hopefully something does go wrong in the next two courses.
Yeah, you know,
fingers crossed.
mistakes happen, so let's fingers crossed that,
So
yeah.
he makes a mistake too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sheesh. And that's the nice side of the table.
Something's got to happen. Hair in the soup, fingernail in the donut.
Improper table setting.
Wow, this cutlery. It's backwards.
Big deal.
Yeah, just switch it.
No, I'm not doing that. You know, if we just switch it up for him, he'll never know. Then the next time he has a dinner party.
Geez, I'd hate to be your daughter.
Mark's a wild card. You never know kind of what's going to come out of his mouth.
Or John's oven.
Yes, I dropped one of the things.
It's not a thing, it's someone's dinner. But hey, at least...
They didn't burn, which is awesome.
And that's always a good thing. John's pancetta wrapped chicken with leeks, roasted carrots, and crunchy beet salad is ready to serve.
We're good to go.
It's showtime.
John's presentation was great tonight. The main had really, really beautiful colors on the plate.
It was visually appealing.
Sounds promising.
Pancetta is delicious.
Okay, good.
I like beets, but I just found that the whole salad was just a little bit, like, unless you got everything together, it was kind of, you know, there wasn't really much to it. It was definitely crunchy, though.
It was crunchy.
It was crunchy because it was raw. I've never actually had a lot of raw beet before.
Probably for good reason.
The raw beets, when you bite into it, it's very sharp and very tough.
As sharp as Mark's chicken critique?
At least the water's better than chicken.
Don't hold back, my friend.
He won't.
Chicken, I was hoping for something more. I feel like I don't want it, it's a little bland. Maybe some type of spices or something.
Anything wrapped in bacon, you know, how bad can it be?
I don't know, but I have a feeling you're gonna tell us.
I thought it was like a polite meal. Like a first date polite meal.
Which means?
A little bit on the boring side.
Zorana, does the plate remind you of yourself? It's beautiful on the outside, but Jesus, when you get down on the inside, it can be pretty nasty.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I'm blindsided. I'm not sure that.
He didn't know where he was going with that either.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that one.
If you're gonna dish it, you better be able to take it.
I definitely enjoyed giving it to Zorana.
What else?
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, John serves up donuts,
I must be honest and don't take offense.
and Dennis cops out.
You spent some time in the slam.
Dennis is blushing. Look, Dennis is blushing.
It's day 3 of a week-long dinner party competition between these 5 strangers, and tonight's host, John, is no stranger to screwing up.
My sister made babies, so I'm always gonna be the black sheep. I have fertility issues.
I think you're a mama's boy.
No, I'm the black sheep.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
my
Why are
sister's
you-
a law professor. You know, everything by the book.
Oh, really?
Anyone been to jail here?
I've been detained, but not arrested.
Explain detained.
I was drunk. That's it. I was young, stupid, impressionable.
Very different than now.
Yes, very different than now. I've grown.
What about you, Blue Eyes?
I just asked the question. That was it.
You're not getting off that easy.
You spent some time in the slam.
No.
The drunk tank?
No. It wasn't the drunk tank.
What was it, Dennis?
No, it wasn't.
Inferring that it wasn't the drug tank, but it was something else.
Dennis is blushing. Look, Dennis is blushing.
There are obviously, you know, some stories in the past that are what they are.
Were you a man whore back in your 20s?
Possibly.
Dennis.
I love Dennis. I love that guy.
And John's hoping everyone will love his donuts.
Here goes nothing. And I'm gonna quickly flip these to make sure they don't burn. And you see they're nice and golden brown, and that's exactly what I want them to look like. And these are looking really, really good. Oh my God.
John tosses the donuts with an allspice and cinnamon sugar coating. Then it's time for the ice cream.
So it looks good. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit right now.
Man down. John scoops out the remaining ice cream into each bowl, skewers it through the center, and last but not least,
The pièce résistance is the donuts.
John's dessert is ready to serve.
Here we are.
Awesome.
Nice.
What I've got here for you guys is homemade donuts with a citrus flavor to them, and the ice cream is a homemade vanilla ice cream made from scratch.
Wow. I surely thought that there would be some store-bought ice cream.
Aren't you glad it isn't?
I thought that the vanilla ice cream actually wasn't very good.
But the sweetheart sure is sweet on it.
This ice cream is yummy. I really, really, really like it.
Oh, good.
And the donuts, the allspice and the cinnamon and the outside crust of the donut are so good.
Like, how good?
It was really, really good.
It was a delicious dessert.
If you like donuts.
Not a huge fan of donuts. Worked at a donut shop when I was 16 years old. Never been one to really go back to eating donuts. The ice cream was delicious. I really enjoyed it. Kudos to him. To me, he pulled it off.
Cheers. Cheers.
To a gracious host.
I want the hell out of my home. I want to clean up and I want to go to bed. So, good night, good luck, and get the out of my house.
Charming.
I'm giving John a 7. Great food and great times.
And I thought that his main course was a little bit safe and a little bit boring.
I'm gonna score John an 8. His meal was average, but his execution was way above average.
I'm giving John a 7. He was a really great host.
So John's superb hosting skills put him in the lead with 29. And there's only 2 nights to go.
I still absolutely want to win this. I'm still going to win this. And I'm not at this point that worried about tomorrow night's dinner party.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on the prize tomorrow, and I'm gonna go for the gold and do my best, which I think could win this competition.
On the next episode of Come Dine With Me,
It is a competition. Hello?
Zorana tries to call the shots,
This has got to be your husband's because she's not this fun.
but gets called out.
So you're giving us something that's out of season.
I am.
I hate you. I hate you.
Will the diva delight,
Honestly, like, so good.
or will disaster strike?
Holy.
Tonight it could be boil overnight for her. Like this could like.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, an opinionated opera diva
I'm discerning.
takes center stage.
Grazie.
Will it be bravo
Eye rolling.
or oh no?
It could be boil overnight for her. Like this could like.
Watch as 5 foodies take turns hosting a dinner party in their own home.
I'll save you guys. Come with me.
So let me see you sweat.
This is terrible.
Then cast their scores in secret.
Give me a straw and I'll suck up the potatoes.
Screwed the whole meal.
Ouch.
Who will hit the high note?
Time is of the essence.
And who will fall flat?
I like my asparagus flaccid.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
In the ultimate dinner party throwdown
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
for bragging rights and a $1,000 cash prize.
Baby, it's gonna come out tonight. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
There's not a chance I can lose.
It's day 4 of a 5-day food fight, and tonight's host is Zorana. Otherwise known as the pretentious Pakistani princess.
I don't think I'm pretentious.
Okay, then what are you?
I'm discerning.
Go on.
I can be a perfectionist, bossy, competitive, opinionated.
So in short,
She is a bit of a diva.
that's tomorrow night's host, Mark, an East Coaster with a quick wit and a mighty powerful thirst.
I don't mind the taste of alcohol.
Or being completely unprepared.
I tried to make my main course once, and I forgot to pay attention when my friend was showing me how to make it.
I would not be surprised.
But fervent foodie Dennis would be shocked to find out that on night 1, he only scored a so-so score of 27.
I have no doubt in my mind that I am still on top.
Well, Dennis definitely topped Megan, who hosted a meh meal on night 2.
Yeah, it's a good dinner.
Okay.
A little uninspiring.
You know, in some far-off, distant planet, I could still have this.
But here on Earth, not a chance, because Megan's score of 26 points was easily beaten by John, who racked up an impressive 29 last night.
My meal was just beneath revolutionary.
Which is John's way of saying his donuts were a hit.
Delicious dessert.
I really, really, really like it.
Oh, good.
And the donuts, the allspice and the cinnamon and the outside crust of the donut are so good.
And even better was John's risotto.
Was actually really, really good.
I was hoping that you'd screw it up.
But he didn't.
The rice was perfect.
As was Zorana's ability to find fault.
Wow, this cutlery. It's backwards.
Backwards like Mark's compliment?
Zorana, does the plate remind you of yourself? It's beautiful on the outside, but Jesus, when you get down on the inside, it can be pretty nasty.
Mark's a douche.
Who doesn't scare Zorana one bit.
And you know what? Fair game. Bring it on.
She plans to bring it tonight with her decadent dessert of chilled chocolate terrine.
I don't know if a chocolate terrine is a common dessert.
Let's ask the commoners.
Chocolate terrine. What the hell's that?
I think it might be a tart, but I don't know.
I don't really know what a terrine is.
Jellied meat, I think.
Think again.
It's like a pâté almost. And you serve it sliced very thinly with some cream and raspberries.
Okay, that's pretentious.
I don't think it's a pretentious dessert. It's actually really simple to make, but it's good.
And chocolatey.
Don't screw up my chocolate, please. Please make it good, please.
She's trying. Zorana cracks 4 eggs into the mixer, adds 1 cup of sugar, and whisks.
Like so many deep chocolate desserts, there's 1 token tablespoon of flour in it.
In goes the flour, and now it's ready for the main ingredient.
Gonna get the chocolate in there.
Zorana folds the chocolate into the egg mixture and pours the batter into the terrine mold.
So here it goes.
The chocolate terrine will bake in a bain-marie at 350 for 1 hour, which gives Zorana time to make her appetizer, parsnip and citrus soup with tarragon cream.
I don't like parsnips. I don't mind citrus.
I don't particularly like tarragon.
But put them all together and...
It'll taste like a sweet, delicious root soup.
Zorana adds chopped parsnips into a pot of sautéed onions.
You gotta let the parsnip be what it's gonna be, like me. Just gotta be what you're gonna be.
Which is...
Zorana's a challenging person.
And a cutthroat competitor.
I've got my eye on the prize.
Which explains why she made her very own chicken stock.
I would never use a store-bought stock.
For goodness sakes, how amazing is that?
Very, if you ask Zorana.
I used a roast chicken, so it'll mean that the soup is a little bit darker and has a nice soul to it, too.
Excuse me? Did you say soul?
Like, really? It's really kind of creepy.
And as it turns out, not all that tasty.
The soup's not quite as magical as I want it to be.
Ooh, that's not a good sign.
This could go on all day. Me adjusting, frenetically readjusting and adjusting the soup.
Stop obsessing.
I am gonna obsess one more time, but then after that, second obsession, third, I believe, then I'm gonna stop obsessing about the soup. It's gonna be my downfall.
Dennis hopes so.
I'd really like to see her fail.
I think Zorana's gonna kick ass tonight.
That's all going to depend on her main course, braised lamb shoulder.
Lamb I love, it's so good.
You know, I hope that it's fresh.
That's the plan as Zorana heads out on her merry way to pick up a little lamb.
I need a lamb shoulder roast, about 3 to 4 pounds, tied, boneless, not too much fat on the top.
Okay.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
Sure, I can do it. I have this piece here. How many people do you have?
5, including me.
You will be fine.
I will be fine. Jackie,
Yeah.
don't lead me astray.
Yeah, you will be fine.
I'll be fine. I'm gonna take your word for it because you're an expert.
Yep.
It's the winning
No.
meat, Jackie. It's the winning meat.
Yay, let's hear it for the lamb.
I don't like lamb.
I'm a lamb lover.
So it seems is Zorana.
What I like is when I get to touch the food because, I don't know, you don't really know it unless you get your hands on it.
Oh, it's just like a warm hug. It's good times.
If you say so. Zorana sears the lamb
Oh yeah, there's a nice brown. Oh yeah, that one's looking good.
and deglazes with a cup of white wine.
Yeah,
baby. Listen to that. Oh, smell that. So good.
She tops with thyme, rosemary, Turkish bay leaves, olive oil, and...
I think that's gonna do it, my friends. I think this puppy's ready to rock it.
Zorana covers the pot, and into the oven it goes, where it will slow cook for the next few hours.
Done.
Which means on to the side dish.
I'm ready to assemble my scalloped potatoes now.
In a baking dish, Zorana spreads layer after layer of potatoes, rosemary, and onions. She finishes with a goat cheese mixture.
So I'm gonna pop them in now. And they're gonna cook for an hour, saucy creatures that they are.
If you've got a hankering for saucy spuds, go to WNetwork.com for all of our Opera Diva's delicious recipes.
My menu is gonna bring the house down.
Did you say bring or burn?
I think that's all that there was to say.
Which means everyone will have a gas tonight.
I've never been so excited to see someone fail. Come on, Zorana, don't let me down.
I am hoping that she implodes.
I might wear a tie, so if the dinner party's terrible, then I can just hang myself, I guess.
We'll see what happens. Should be good.
If things go wrong, there's always pizza.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, what goes around comes around.
You guys might as well just lick her cutlery or something.
I also found a hair.
Ooh, that's the hair on a white linen coster.
We were all desperate to find something wrong.
It's the fourth night of a 5-day culinary contest, and opera singer Zorana has a bad case of stage fright.
Yeah, I'm totally scared, of course. I'm scared I'm gonna burn the meat. I'm scared that it will all taste terrible. I'm scared.
Well, you could back out. Oops, too late. Megan and Dennis are here.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm great.
She's a nervous wreck.
She seemed a little bit out of it.
How's it going?
Worse now that you're here.
She thinks that I am definitely a threat. Been a stressful day for you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, for
Say
sure.
the least, eh?
It happens, right?
And here to disturb it are Mark and John.
Hello, gentlemen. Both of you at once. Lovely. Hi.
How are you? Nice to see you.
How are you?
Good.
And ready for a fight.
I think I had a winning dinner last night, and there was no way that I was going to let a person like Zorana trip me up. My expectations are really, really high.
Keep it together, Z.
You could tell she was nervous.
Can't imagine why.
How are you feeling about your timing tonight?
Well, I was hoping you would show up with a stopwatch tonight, just to keep me...
I have it. Don't worry.
Great.
It's okay. We'll take it out later when we're at the table.
Thank you.
You're
That's
quite
great.
welcome.
Thank you. That's kind.
They were picking on Zorana so much.
And it's not about to stop.
What's at the bottom of this glass?
It's the rhubarb
Is it
syrup.
from your garden?
It is not from my garden. It's out of season.
Oh, good point.
So you're giving us something that's out of season?
I am -6. -6.
You started at
But there's
4,
some...
but...
ouch. Ouch.
No, it's okay.
All right, I can take it. I can take it. I'm ready. I figure you guys will put me through the ringers tonight.
Zorana's been talking a lot of...
You know, if you're dishing it, you better be able to take it.
Are you frightened about us, or are you happy? You feeling good?
It would be nice if we had a good time.
And if Megan showed some solidarity for her sister.
Can we all have a long, awkward silence till Megan speaks?
Yeah.
It may be a while. It may be a while, guys.
Well, there is one way to loosen her lips.
I think our goal should be to make sure that her drink's always full this evening.
Definitely.
I'd be in on that.
Well, cheers to getting Megan drunk tonight, then.
And trying to uncover Zorana's checkered past.
Guys, oh, look at this.
This has got to be your husband's because she's not this fun.
Oh.
You can't help but snicker.
Yep, it's all part of the game.
You're not filling all these up, are you?
Oh, yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, God.
Come on, church mouse, what's the big deal?
I certainly don't want to make my mother upset.
Live a little.
Oh, someone shoot that.
Oh, I'll do it.
Take one for the team.
Oh, God.
Down the hatch.
Yeah.
There we go. I would love to see Megan go completely wild.
Why not? Let's have a little bit of fun.
Finally.
Okay, next move. Vodka checkers. Who knew?
Cheers. Okay, I think we all had a good time with it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
God.
While the gang's taking shots, Zorana's in the kitchen recovering from them.
I do feel like people are kind of being unduly hard on me.
Can you say payback?
That would be juvenile.
And switching up her table setting is so mature.
You guys might as well just lick her cutlery or something.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I also found a hair, but hey, what are you gonna do?
No.
What's the hair on a white linen coster?
You're starting to go negative now.
We were all desperate to find something wrong.
Everything has to work out.
And be perfect?
I will say that I'm hoping it doesn't.
Really?
I'll be upset if it actually works out.
Laugh it up, boys. Zorana's feeling good about her app.
I think my soup's a winner. You know, it's simple, but it's good.
And now to make it great.
One little lemon zest on top. Look how pretty.
Zorana's parsnip and citrus soup with tarragon cream is ready to serve.
Hey guys, here we go.
All right. It looks like slop.
My friends, this is parsnip soup with tarragon cream and lots of hot bread. I encourage you to take it now because it's nice and hot. It's actually an Iranian bread and really nice and oozy with the soups.
Can't complain about that,
Yeah, it's good.
he said begrudgingly.
It was extremely enjoyable. And I ate everything.
And that's saying a lot.
It's a really big portion for me. I'm not gonna be able to finish it.
Why is that?
Kind of mushy and kind of too earthy for me or whatever.
Which in foodie speak means...
There are a lot of bold flavors there. Like, I mean, they were all contrasting. It was a little too powerful for me.
That's putting it nicely.
You make a good baby food anyways.
We were pushing Zorana's buttons because we wanted it to go bad for her.
Well, I'm prepared for you guys to slaughter the meal, so I kind of got that in my head. Because I feel like everybody thought I was really critical.
You enjoy doing it.
I believe that you'll say something to your face.
Yes.
But behind my back or anyone's back, you'll say something different.
I think there's definitely truth to that. Absolutely. Guilty.
Oh, baby, it's gonna come out tonight. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Kind of like, you know what, it's gonna be a show. So, I'm ready.
I give her full props for standing up to those guys, so good on her.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
It's all kind of up to the dinner party gods now.
Mark leaves a mark.
I'm really hating you right now.
There are gonna be tears.
It's day 4 of a 5-day cooking competition where these 5 strangers battle it out for a $1,000 cash prize. And tonight's host, opera diva Zorana, is in the hot seat.
Come on, people. You know, what you don't know is I'm totally not...
A bitch.
I'm always worrying. I'm not, I'm so great. I'm not. I'm critical of food, but I'm not like I've got it. Just saying.
I think you've said you've got it.
No,
For
I
sure.
haven't.
No?
I've said,
All right.
Dennis, to clear it up, I've said you haven't got it, but I haven't said I have.
All right.
He was busting balls, but that's okay. You gotta find something.
But Zorana's hoping no one finds fault with her main.
Here we go. Let's hope it all came out right, tastes nice. It's all kind of up to the dinner party gods now.
And how well you braised your lamb.
It's looking good because it's like lazy and sleazy.
Did someone say sleazy?
If you ever want to come over for some lamb, I make mean lamb.
I'm sure you do.
Down, Mark.
It's like a used car salesman trying to sell you the undercoating, you know? It's just, come on, enough is enough.
Except when it comes to the potatoes au gratin.
On the floor. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen.
Whatever you say. Zorana forges ahead and plates the potatoes au gratin over the eggplant and tops with the lamb.
Megan's gonna like it.
Why?
Because she's not a...
Will you swear to that?
I'm just gonna sing my little song now.
Don't lose it now. Zorana's braised lamb with potatoes au gratin and Turkish eggplant is ready to serve.
Madonna mia, I hope they like it.
Doubtful.
And I really want to say bad things.
Well, here's your chance.
So, guys, this is Turkish eggplant, braised lamb with wine, and potato gratin. It's inspired by a trip I took to Istanbul a couple of years ago.
Really? Who gives a...
Well, Dennis, for one.
The lamb was fantastic.
However,
I think that braising lamb is somewhat of a safe bet because you can't really mess it up. Like, you leave it there, and we also waited a long time between the appetizer and the main. So I just think that it was sort of an easy way out.
Dennis, man, you're on my ass tonight, Dennis.
Hey.
Those blue eyes, they can be vicious.
I mean, hey, if you know, this is a competition, so if you can find any fault.
Emphasis on if.
Zorana, I have nothing bad to say.
Oh.
No, honestly, I was afraid about the eggplant. I never eat eggplant.
Right.
But it has this really nice smokiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. Really good. I have absolutely no complaint about her main. It was just delicious.
Yeah, if you like that sort of thing.
I don't like lamb.
Okay.
That's it. So I tried it, and it was lammy.
Yeah.
Not as stinky as I was expecting, but not a winning dish.
Especially if Mark doesn't like it.
Zorana,
Mark,
we have a love-hate relationship.
it's true, we do.
And I'm really hating you right now.
Why?
Because I love this so much. Seriously?
That's awesome.
I guess, you know what? Great things come to those who wait.
Oh.
We definitely waited.
Just had to get that in there, didn't you?
The only reason Mark hates Zorana is because Zorana did so bloody well.
I hate you.
Did you just say you hated me?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're taking a bite that you love?
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me, Zorana sings for her supper.
It was heartwarming. It was touching.
It's the final course of the fourth night, and Zorana, the opera singer, plans to wow her guests with a chocolate terrine.
Nice, delicious, rich, chilled, good. I like it.
But will they?
That's like chocolate meatloaf, right?
You can't get better than that.
Actually, you can, if you serve it with whipped cream, raspberries, and a little extra something special.
Because I've been pegged as pretentious, I will continue on this theme and use a little bit of gold dust on the plate. Because, why not?
Zorana goes for gold, and her dessert is served.
Just gold leaf on it. There's gold leaf on our stuff.
The gold flakes, eye rolling, whatever.
Indeed, because the real focus is the chocolate terrine.
Tahine.
Listen, is the chocolate meatloaf good or not?
I can't fault anything with the dessert. It was excellent.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. It was amazing, so thank you.
Thanks. I'm glad.
But is John?
Seriously?
Hey.
It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll have some more, please.
Or you could just have Mark's.
The dessert is, it's dessert. Not blown away by it.
Ooh, not good. Not good at all.
I was excited. I was like, this is it. This is gonna be the downfall.
But Zorana's not gonna let the night end on that sour note.
I thought it was really beautiful.
She's got a lovely voice.
It was heartwarming. It was touching. Oh, it was great. I loved it. I loved it.
I think all in all it went well, and now, like, who knows what they'll do.
Time to find out.
Tonight I give Zorana an 8!
She just tried too hard. 7.
Tonight I'm going to score Zorana a 9. Her meal was absolutely delicious. Her singing was absolutely amazing.
One of the best dinner parties I've ever been to. 10.
So Zorana sings her way to first place with 34 out of 40, making Mark the last hope to knock the queen off her throne. On the next episode of Come Dine With Me...
Cheers!
Cheers!
It's the final night.
I smell a winning menu.
Tongues are wagging.
So this is cod tongue.
This is cod tongue, yes.
Mark gets dressed up.
And I just need to get a little grope and see if that's all set. Oh!
Dressed down.
Hey, if you didn't put a good effort in, I'm gonna kill you.
Slap in the face.
And the winner is revealed.
Here we go.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me.
Cheers to high scores.
It's the final night.
Here we go.
Will Mark score?
It was phenomenal.
With an East Coast delight?
So this is cod tongue.
Disgusting.
Watch as 5 foodies take turns hosting a dinner party in their own home.
I'll save you guys. Come with me.
So let me see you sweat.
This is terrible.
Then cast their scores in secret.
Give me a straw and I'll suck up the potatoes.
Screwed the whole meal.
Ouch.
Who will hit the high note?
Time is of the essence.
And who will fall flat?
I like my asparagus flaccid.
Blood, sweat, and tears are going into this meal here.
In the ultimate dinner party throwdown.
I cannot wait for this night to be over.
For bragging rights and a $1,000 cash prize.
Baby, it's gonna come out tonight. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Tonight, the claws are coming out.
It's the final night of a 5-day foodie fest, and tonight's host is Mark, no filter, Bardsley.
I've had the runs all morning.
I'm sorry, did you say you were single?
I go on a lot of first dates.
And that's where it ends.
I think they usually get tired of me by the end of the first date.
Surprise, surprise.
Mark is like a zany wild card.
Never a dull moment with him.
The kind of person that likes to push people's buttons on purpose.
Mark drinks a lot.
I don't really care what they think.
But Dennis sure did when everyone pointed out he forgot the sugar in his dessert on night 1.
It's a bit bitter for my taste.
Yeah, not good at all.
And neither is his score. Dennis only got 27, but he did beat out Megan, who served up middle-of-the-road meat and potatoes on night 2.
The steak's a little bit dry. I like
I'm
the
sorry.
potato.
Anyways, awesome night.
Not really.
It wasn't deserving of an 8 or a 9 or, heaven forbid, a 10.
Of course not, because that's what John was hoping for when he nailed his risotto on night 3.
Yeah, I thought this was lovely. As you can see, I finished everything.
And jumped into first place with a score of 29.
You know, them's the breaks.
But no one was willing to give Zorana a break last night.
We were nitpicking
about the fine china.
Kind of stuffy.
Gold dust.
Just gold leaf on it.
And opera.
It was like nails on a chalkboard.
I thought I put a really good meal on.
And in the end, everyone reluctantly agreed, which is why Zorana got 34 points, including a perfect score from Mark.
Last night I gave Zorana a 10, but since I've been on the toilet all night and all morning, I'm changing that to a 6.
So Zorana's score falls to 30 points, which means Mark can still win if he has a strategy.
No, I don't have a strategy. I'm just gonna cook and have a good time. And I'm gonna make something that I think is kind of simple. We'll see how it comes out.
So it's official. Mark's hosting in Loserville.
I know guys like Mark, and they don't know how to cook. They can barely boil water.
But do those guys know how to make a great cod tongue app?
Cod tongues. Jesus.
Yum, cod tongue. That's like not a real food, right?
This menu's full of There's no way this is what he's serving.
Cod, like a fish cod?
The very one.
He's me.
Nah, he's just being cheeky.
They're from the cod, but they're not actually the tongue of the cod. It's actually the cheek part, which tends to be some of the better parts of the fish, or the cheeks. So that's it. They're cheeks of cods.
And a true maritime delicacy.
These are straight from Newfoundland. Beautiful.
And easy to prepare.
This is the kind of prep I like. Fast and easy.
Apparently.
No, I don't need all day to prep. I'm sure these guys have been slaving over the stove for hours and hours.
Yeah, when they obviously should have taken the easy way out.
Drying can be very, very complicated. Very complicated.
I'm not impressed at all. I don't care if you're a cook, but if you give a really good effort, I'll score you fairly.
There, done.
Mark will coat the cod tongues in flour and fry them up when the guests arrive.
Time for a nap.
Not so fast there, champ. You still have a cake to bake.
Chocolate cake. Whatever.
I hope he makes this cake from scratch.
How hard can it be? Right? My mother used to make it. Can't be that difficult.
Famous last words. Mark puts chocolate and butter together in a double boiler to melt and gets cracking.
I'm using brown eggs, and since I ran out of brown eggs, figured I'd throw a white one in there for a good measure.
Speaking of measuring,
I'm looking for a measuring cup.
Did you just pull that out of the dog food bag?
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
He's just obnoxious.
Like, you know, a rash or some sort of a fungus, and that's hard to get rid of, right?
Don't sweat it. Mark adds chocolate to an egg yolk mixture.
All right, the chocolate has been added.
And then adds egg whites to it.
This is not quite how it's supposed to look. Actually, not really at all how it's supposed to look. But kind of looks good to me.
But how does the main course look to everyone else?
Yeah, lobster spaghetti, whatever.
Mark is surprising me a lot right now.
I just had some wonderful maritime lobster delivered.
I wonder if he's gonna, you know, kill his own lobsters.
Well, he is like, you know, from the East Coast.
I may not be an expert on desserts, but I know how to boil a lobster.
Tease them is more like it.
Oh, get in there, buddy. See, wouldn't want to be, and you get your own hot tub, your own jacuzzi.
But Zorana's the one about to boil over.
I don't like lobster. It tastes like wet laundry to me.
You're probably just not eating the right parts.
So that's the liver. It's a little nasty.
If you want the guts and the glory at your next dinner party, go to WNetwork.com for all of Mark's East Coast classics.
Everything's looking perfect. I'm so far ahead, I could use a nap.
Seriously, if he's at home right now, with his feet up with a beer, watching TV on his big screen, and I'll be really pissed off.
Looks like the nightmare has just begun.
It's gonna be a show tonight.
I'm hoping for the best, but I really am expecting the worst.
I don't want Zorana to win.
Bastards.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
So, how many cods are on my plate?
I have no idea.
Mark gets tongue-tied.
So this was meant to be raw on the uncooked like sushi?
Maybe not.
It's the final night, and New Brunswick native Mark is ready to party.
My party's gonna be an absolute blast.
Not only does he plan on killing it, he plans on kilting it too.
Welcome, ladies. How are you? So good to see you.
Oh, my
You look right good.
goodness.
How are you?
I'm fine. I just need to get a little grope and see if that's all set.
Oh, look at that.
He's like the drunk uncle in your family. Like, I kind of look forward to it and I sort of expect it. He's your drunkle. You know what I mean?
Nope, but John and Dennis are about to find out.
Welcome. Good to see you, John. You're looking good, buddy.
You too.
Way to skirt around the issue.
I don't really want to know what's under that kilt.
Not when there's bigger fish to fry.
I've got a great deal of concern about your menu.
Do you really?
Yes.
There wasn't much prep. I got a nap in this afternoon. I promise you I'll get a nap in. I had a nap.
4 hours?
It wasn't 4 hours,
See, that's
but
my
I had a good nap in.
I wasn't sure whether or not Mark was going to, you know, really blow us out of the water tonight or completely up.
I'm trying to have an open mind, but I still say if you didn't put a good effort in, I'm gonna kill you.
We're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No,
Cheers
it's
to
gonna
that.
be-
Yeah. Cheers. Who knows?
It's been a good time.
Cheers, guys.
While Mark works up some liquid courage, Zorana and John check out his bachelor boudoir.
What is that, John?
Maybe he likes to wear panties.
Could you please investigate?
Does he have to?
That's not the type of drawer you want to look in just before you're about to have dinner.
Because you never know what you might find.
Thanks for last night, Cindy. And there's actually a lip print. Seems to still be fresh.
Impressive.
Anyone can hang out at the bar till 3 in the morning and get a drunk chick to write her number down on a napkin. No problem.
You're so cute. Who writes notes like that? So what is this with Mark? Is he a ladies' man or is he a sweet teddy bear who's a virgin at 39? Really, it could go either way.
He certainly knows how to get tongues wagging.
Cod tongues are an absolute delicacy.
Mark coats the delicacy in flour and adds
A little beer in there on this cod tongues. Give it a little flavor.
one for the cod and one for the host. Mark tosses the drunken tongues into a hot frying pan
We want to get a golden brown on both sides.
and drinks. Just don't drink too much or they'll burn.
All right, they're definitely brown.
Maybe almost a little blackened on some sides. I think they look pretty good.
I think you're drunk.
Maybe we'll do a little taste test first.
There's a plan.
Oh. Hot and delicious.
And deserving of another swig, it seems. And some tartar sauce.
That is nicely store purchased.
Uh-oh.
I will for sure be called on store-bought. Maybe I'll just lie to them and say I made it myself.
Mark plates the cod tongues and store-bought tartar sauce.
Let's bring this and see what the rest of the gang thinks.
And his appetizer is ready to serve, whether they like it or not.
Wow, whoa, wow, okay. I'm a bit scared.
The presentation was a bit,
what?
Disgusting.
Silly Ontarians.
I want to introduce to a great Canadian, Atlantic Canadian appetizer.
So this is cod tongue.
This is a cod tongue, yes.
So how many cods are on my plate?
Well, it's cod cheeks. I have no idea.
Quit stalling, Megan, and dig in.
Leap of faith, stick it on your fork, put it in your mouth, and just close your eyes and forget what it looked like.
And the verdict is?
It was tasty. It was tasty.
Don't be so surprised.
I've never had, cod tongue, and it was phenomenal. Really, really good.
I appreciate that.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I feel more Canadian now, having eaten cod tongues.
Enough with the patriotism.
Wasn't bad. It's all right.
At least it wasn't raw.
Some of my fish is actually not cooked. It's raw, so I already was just like, I'm having some trouble with that.
The best way to cook them is to make sure they're browned on both sides, on the outside, and then on the middle, you actually you want them pretty rare / even raw.
So sorry. So this was meant to be raw on the uncooked, like sushi?
Well, not if that's completely uncooked. Maybe not, but I mean,
Okay.
But it could be.
If I had served something that wasn't cooked, hold up.
And if you served store-bought tartar sauce, it would have been worse.
What's in it?
There's a mayo, and then there's some other crap that my mother sent me to put in there.
What do you mean your mother sent you? Like a care package?
Yeah, I had a care package that was sent, and I just kind of put it all together. She said, do this, this, and this, and I put it together and mixed it.
It was phenomenal. Kudos to Mom. She made a fantastic tartar sauce.
Well, she helped.
She helped, obviously. You finished it off.
It took a little work.
It was all a little suspect.
Megan bought it.
I think my favorite thing on the whole plate is the tartar sauce.
Oh, good.
Love it.
That's
so
nice
good.
to hear.
So
Very
good.
nice.
Dodged that bullet, but John's got another one.
Well, the panties were hanging out of the drawer, and I thought...
The lime green
Is it
panties.
Did you like panties, or did you like wearing panties?
Well, yeah, my first thought was, oh, my goodness, who's gay now? Maybe he likes the gentle touch of lace on his slender thigh.
I didn't want to bring this up. For the last couple nights, Megan's been pretty aggressive with me. And she is leaving me a little bit of something.
Lies. That's lies. Stop lying. Like, I can't even, it's so creepy.
No judgment here. Ugh.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
Who wants their poison?
Oh my God, there are live lobsters in this house.
Dennis is a menace.
Just a little. What's the big deal?
We're one course in on the final day of the competition, and tonight's host, Mark, has surprised everyone.
I thought he was out of the game, and now I think he's right in the thick of it.
He certainly likes to think outside the box.
Pick your plate. Who wants their poison?
Yeah?
Ladies
I
first.
can't touch it.
Which one? You can touch it.
No, I can't, for
Really?
sure. Oh my God, there are live lobsters in this house. Get me out of here.
What's the big deal? It's a lobster. It's not going to kill you.
Sure about that?
Lobster sword fight. It was something that, honestly, I don't ever think that I would ever experience that ever in my life.
But even better,
I was feeling mortal terror and fear.
Just a little.
Oh, poor Zorana, She's a girl, right? Girls don't like that kind of thing.
so what does that make you?
I'm a weird girl. I know that now that I know my lobster and we have a connection, that it's gonna taste much better.
Definitely.
It's good to have a connection with your food.
But some things are better off hidden in the kitchen.
That's the guts of the lobster. This is for the flavor of the lobster. It's going to give it and for the flavor of the spaghetti. It's going to turn the spaghetti a little bit greener, and it's tasty when it's mixed with other things.
Like lobster meat, butter, and a whole lot of white wine.
It's looking good.
Good's not gonna get you the grand, though.
Do you know what would be fun? Let's put some vodka in there, just for the hell of it.
And why stop there?
I'll take a sip as well.
And now that you've killed your taste buds,
I smell a winning menu.
how about you give it a whirl?
I think it's go.
Great. Mark tosses the spaghetti into the lobster sauce.
Does that look pretty?
And his main course is ready to serve. Family style.
I haven't really tried it. I hope it's good.
What do you mean you haven't tried it?
I just haven't had an opportunity to try it yet.
And apparently neither will Zorana.
You don't like lobster? You're not getting lobster.
Oh, he's gonna make me just sit there while they eat.
Nobody deserves that, right?
Oh, don't worry. Zorana's getting something.
When that guy busts the door with the pizza in a lobster suit, come on. That is first-rate entertainment. First-rate entertainment.
I'm scared.
Relax. It's just a pizza.
Thanks. He showed me.
High scores, please.
Cheers.
Well played, my friend. Well played. It was hilarious.
I'm just teasing.
Okay.
So here we go.
Thank you.
And you're going to get a little delicious lobster spaghetti.
It's lobster spaghetti, all right, but the delicious part remains to be seen.
The taste was amazing, honestly. And that lobster, honestly, wow.
But the spaghetti?
Even though you didn't make the pasta yourself, it was really, really good. I appreciated it.
It said homemade on the package.
Yes.
I have kind of, a thing about lobster, but so I don't want to comment on it because I don't
You're
have...
not
Yeah, I don't have an aesthetic for it, so I'm not going to judge you on the fact that I don't like it.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't bad. It was serviceable.
Which is more than John ever expected from old Marky Mark.
I was really surprised, quite honestly, that it was as good as it was. No offense. I thought for sure you were going to be opening a can of canned lobster and dumping it on a plate of spaghetti.
Joke's on you.
You fooled me.
But did he bamboozle his babe?
I wasn't sure which way we were gonna go. I wasn't sure if it's gonna be a complete show or if it was gonna be really good.
Please tell me what about tonight hasn't been it.
You've melded the two together. It's been a little bit of show, a little bit of good, and you smashed them together. This was the good part.
So a little bit lady and a little bit tramp?
I'm not gonna lie, but there may be a flowering romance between myself and Dennis.
Who knows? We'll see what tonight holds.
Come on, you two. Do it. You know you want to.
Are we gonna do this,
Yeah,
really?
we gotta do this.
All right, here we go.
Mark was having none of it. He's desperate to get some loving from Megan. Just desperate. Say, give it up, man. It's not gonna happen.
Coming up on Come Dine With Me,
Here we go. Yeah.
the winner is revealed.
I'm getting nervous. I'm shaking a little bit here.
Tonight, frat boy Mark has put his best foot forward to be the best host he can be.
I want to win the competition.
Then you better make good on your dessert.
Me.
Beg your pardon?
Me.
I was being facetious.
It's a little stuck on the bottom.
Just use a little elbow grease.
Still trying to get this out.
Well, try harder. Mark cuts up the man-handled cake and tops with icing sugar and whipped cream.
We're looking great. We're looking done. Ready to go.
And the final course of the final night is ready to eat.
The outside is overdone. It's burnt.
Yeah.
It certainly is burnt.
It didn't taste burnt to me.
So when it's black, like impenetrable, deep and dark like the night, we call that burnt.
It wouldn't have been a Mark chocolate cake if the edge wasn't burnt.
This dish needed a little gold leaf. I don't know, personally, I mean, it lacked a little visual appeal, but I think you did a wonderful job.
Wow, Dennis.
Thank you very much.
There's definitely a bromance going on with Mark and Dennis.
And Megan in the cake.
It was chocolate. I love chocolate. Delicious.
I feel really good. Thank you very much. I think it was an amazing evening. Here's to you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys all for coming.
Cheers.
It's about you. You guys made my week.
But will they make you the winner?
The food was a bit lackluster, but the hosting was 110% awesome.
I did have a really great time.
Mark, you're my lobster. 9.
Ooh, Mark has 23 points, which means he just needs a 7 to tie with Zorana or an 8 to beat her.
Who's gonna win tonight? I have no idea who's gonna win tonight.
That makes 5 of you.
And here we go. Yeah! Look at that. This is what it's all about. And I smell a winner. There is a winner right here.
I have no idea who the winner is going to be.
It's not going to be me because people had too much of an axe to grind.
I want to win, definitely.
I'm getting jumpy, I'm getting nervous, I'm shaking a little bit here.
Here we go. In last place is Megan.
I knew it. Oh, good job, baby.
You did a wonderful job. And in 4th place is Dennis.
Yeah.
Great job, Dennis. Valiant effort. Good for you. Good for you. Tied for 2nd place are John and Mark. That only leaves the one, the only, the winner, the opera singer, the best dinner party host of the week, Zorana! Oh, yes!
So in the end, Mark's meal wasn't music to the opera singer's ears.
I'm giving Mark a 6 because all week I was judging on food and I didn't think the food was as good as the time that I had.
I am an extremely happy 2nd place winner.
I feel like just shocked, like totally like knocked me over with a feather, shocked.
No, it does not piss me off at all that I lose to Zorana, but yeah.
You know, even though I had a feeling that I would probably come in last, I don't know, I still had a hope that I wouldn't.
Though I didn't win the competition, I'm still taller than everybody else.